Oh, we're live. Hello.
Yes, we're live. I
Surprise.
did it. Surprise, everybody. So last minute, I'm sitting watching TV and my phone's going, South Carolina. I go, oh, don't tell me it's another spam. I don't know anybody in South
Oh,
Carolina. And then I went, Ginger? And then I checked
I
my
was all
messages and
dressed up and nowhere to
nowhere to
go.
go.
And I saw Heather was minus Allison. And I thought, well, so I bugged her to
And I was like,
come do it.
yay. So Ginger is joining me. Thank you, Ginger. And
Welcome.
we've got Magus. So right away, Magus, hello.
I
Love you,
just
my friend.
subscribed to you, Magus. I could have sworn I was already subscribed because, we met in chat like several months ago. So
hmm
I am
And
now.
and I learned a little bit about tarot when Magus shares his insight into some of his favorite tarot cards. So
Sure.
we could
Sure.
learn a lot. I love how we learn a lot from everybody. And we have Kristen here. Hello, Kristen. And she said, I hurried all my chores so I could be here by 8. I'm pouring sweat, but I made it. Girl, relax, chill. Um,
Aw.
so yeah, she's got a handful with the fur babies. Let me tell you, they're keeping her
She
on
has
her
some
toes.
kittens.
Kittens, yes, she was
Kittens.
fostering kittens, and now I think all of her fosters are going to have a home with her. It's kind of like, yeah, sometimes things happen with the universe. So, and we love you too, Magus. So, and I found out I have something in common with Magus. We both love our hot cocoa with marshmallows. So, meow. Oh my goodness. Excuse me, everybody. Really quick, let me open the door. Come on.
Well, I'm all into the white hot chocolate, white hot cocoa with a little bit
See,
of
I could.
amaretto, well, almond oil extract, almond extract,
Come
and
here.
it's so good.
All right, come here. Oh, don't back away after all of that. Don't be a silly boy. There we go. He
Hello,
gets to say
hello.
hi. Hello, baby. Hello. So I'm going to put you down now, okay? You got your chance to say hello to everyone. Mwah. Oh, he is such a different cat since we lost Ziva. Um,
Right.
he talks more now. He makes different vocal sounds. He wants more attention. He wants to eat at all hours of the night during the day. He plays more. So, and Janet's like, Muzzy! Yes, so Janet Lee is here with
Hi,
us.
Janet.
He is a good looking kitty. And let's see, we have Irene, Iron Fire Horse. For people who may not know who Ginger is, but who the Fae doesn't know Ginger,
I don't even
you
know who
know?
I am some days.
I don't either, girl. So, thank you everybody for joining us. Let me making sure I didn't miss any comments. So, well, like I said, Ginger saw that I was going solo tonight and said, "You want? Would you like me to join?" I'm like, "Yes, of course." So, and as always, we start the show. I always like to ask Allison or our guests, "How was your week? What's going on?"
Oh, we don't know. I want to know about my week. Hello,
Hi,
Aquarius.
Carolina.
This year's been stressful for me starting back at school.
Mm-hmm.
I've had more tasks added onto my plate, and first couple weeks I was very
Oh,
stressed. And so I had a migraine this morning, and I went to work anyways because it's a 3-day weekend. And I didn't want to call in sick because it's like, sure, you're sick. So
yep.
I went in, but I only lasted like 2 hours, and I was starting to cry because it hurt so bad. I'm like, I need to go.
Mm.
So, but got a little rest and ibuprofen tea. I'm good to go.
What Ginger needs is to come out and visit me and go to Lithia Park so she can connect with the Fae over there. We were there again today, and oh my goodness, I cannot tell you everybody who works with the Fae. If you ever get to come to Southern Oregon, Lithia Park, it's like you just can't like. I mean, I don't see them, but
Hmm.
you can feel them. There's like a sparkle of, or certain ways the light hits the leaves or the trees or the dewdrops or the water. It has that magical fade quality
Right.
to it.
Oh, sounds beautiful.
And I also got to see in one area now, this used to be, I mean, I don't know what the area was like before people moved in and turned it into a park and houses were built all over and stuff. But there is one area that whenever I walk to, I can see both a male and a female, either fae, lord and lady of the area. But it's like I can't see any features, but I can tell there is a masculine and feminine
Huh.
wild people of a certain area where I go to one, and I've left crystals there too for them. So
Ooh.
um, that's why it's like, come visit
Wow.
me, you'll love it. So and migraines are awful. Yes, I had one last night during a crochet. I got together with some
Oh,
women for the first time in town. I got some confidence and I went downtown to a place called the Websters where they sell
how
knitting
fun.
and crocheting. And it's a free little group that gets together three times a week. And I'm in there talking to some of the ladies, and next thing I know, there's the swiggle. I'm like, are you
Oh
kidding me?
no.
But I stuck it out. I came home, had something to eat, something to drink, and I went to bed early. So,
I used to have them really bad until I went through menopause. And now, really, this headache was more, I think, of dehydration. And
mm-hmm.
pasta we made last night had a lot of sodium in it. And I don't know. Plus, being at work, staring at a computer screen like this all day,
Yep,
all that tension building
on
up.
the neck.
But I'm
And I
good.
have
I'm good.
trifocals now because of using devices. People are now having to have trifocals because there's a third,
That's me.
division for sight now,
Yeah.
not just near and far sighted. There's now
Mhm.
the in between with our devices. So
Yeah.
and I
So
gotta work
those
my
don't work for me on computer, I found out. So they gave me a prescription for to wear when I'm working on the computer. So I'm not like this looking through the but back to migraines.
yes.
If I learn by accident to take a decongestant with my medicine and it goes away quicker.
Wow.
And I learned that by one time I had a really bad migraine. I had nothing in the house but multi-symptom formula Pamprin. And I took 3 because it was so bad.
Wow.
And it didn't get rid of the migraine, but it went down to just a bad headache and then slowly went away. And then that was back in the days where it just said, it didn't even say antihistamine on it. It said something else. But it didn't say what it was for until a couple of years later it came out with what it was, and it was an antihistamine. And I thought, so whenever I don't
There you
have
go.
multi-symptom formula Pamprin, I would take ibuprofen with
I know they
Sudafed.
still make Pamprin.
I haven't seen it for years. So now I just take ibuprofen and a Sudafed, and sometimes I have to have a little
Wow.
caffeine with it, and it
Mm-hmm.
helps. I can't say
What
get rid
I
of it, but it helps.
what I like is Advil came out with a dual action. It's Motrin and acetaminophen, so it's got the
Mhm,
two. And usually, when I take one of those, it takes the edge off of the
mhm.
after effects. Because
I
at
had
first,
a
I
chiropractor
don't.
tell me to do that. Take them both together. One gets rid of the pain, and one gets rid of the inflammation. And I did that for years.
I mean, I can't take Aleve because I break out into hives. So we
Mm.
can't have that.
Mhm.
And Christina Cawley joined us. Good day, my
Christina,
dear, from down under. So we're going into fall, and girl, you're going into spring. So I hope you're,
green. Hmm.
end of winter coming into spring. I cannot wait for fall, y'all. Another day of like 90, 6 degrees or so here. I mean, it's not bad. It's not humid,
Right.
but still,
Spring
it's
used to
like,
be my time of year, and when I moved down to the south, that's when I got all these allergies I didn't know I had. And so now fall's my favorite time. Get off that humid train and into this,
mhm.
like today, driving around with my son Kyle. the windows down, the wind blowing. It's like little
Yeah.
whisper kisses, you know. I love it.
Mm-hmm. Same with the park today. I was able to, we were actually, because it was so busy, we ended up having to drive further down than we do, and we're lucky to find a spot way deep in the woods. And I got to find a nice little spot where I could safely walk down to the water, take off my
Clothes?
shoes, roll up my jeans, and no, nobody
You
wants
went
to see
skinny
this.
dipping?
Yeah, those days are over. And just put my feet in the water and just saying, please, no crawfish, no, because
Mm.
we have crawfish. I saw one once
Oh,
before, and I'm like, I'm putting my feet in the water, guys. Please don't nip me. And just sitting there splashing a bit, and throwing water around and having a good old time. So,
mm.
but anywho, so
Comes
Ginger,
fall.
go ahead. What?
No, I'm just saying. So thankfully, here comes fall.
Yes, it
I'm on.
felt
I
fallish.
Can
Yep.
you believe Halloween decorations have been in the stores for a couple weeks
Mm-hmm.
now already?
Christmas too.
But yeah, well, I try to have blinders on to that one.
Yeah.
It's you know, but I was telling Nancy today. I'm like the decorations that I have are very unique and gothic, and they're not your typical mass market stuff. And most of it I bought off in the West Coast, and I guess I'm jaded because I have not found any new thing in a couple years, except for
Oh,
my
for
skull with
decorations.
the crow on it. I did find this crow with the skull with the crow on it, but I can't find any
Yeah.
cool ones that don't cost $300-400. You know.
Now we don't have anything like that. We do have a store called Buy Mart. So I asked him, I go, are you guys, it's basically like a Walmart, except it's in one small store, one area. And you can find food in there, toiletries, house items, electronics, yarn, because I'm being get back into crocheting. And so whenever we think
Mhm.
of something that we might need, we're like, let's always check Buy Mart first. So we go there, and I asked him, I go, are you guys going to get like fall decorations in? And he goes, yes, we should be getting those in soon. So we'll see what they have. Otherwise, it's like Michael's and Hobby Lobby. And there's really not much more with Hobby Lobby because they're starting to cut back now on the witchy stuff.
Oh,
And
I don't think they've ever, not here in the Bible Belt, they've never had a Halloween
oh, up
thing
in Niagara Falls,
ever.
they would have, Halloween decorations. I don't know about,
Mm.
in the store here in Medford. My God, the thing is like, it's huge. It's like a super center, kind of like, Hobby Lobby. But, as much as I don't really like their politics and the way they still, I
It's a
have
store.
stuff that I can afford, and it's good
Yeah,
quality canvas and stuff. And
yeah,
it's just like,
yeah.
well, I'm not going to go and get ripped off by Michaels, because they jack up their prices so high on their
Yeah, they
canvas,
do.
and then when they
That's
have
why
their
they always have
sales,
40% off. Hey, Beth.
sometimes they do have good ones. Hi, Beth. Oh, my little
I just brought
doggy.
out a fall decoration. Can I show you real quick?
Oh, yeah. So Beth is her doggy's going to have a major operation on Tuesday. So
Oh,
everybody send them.
no.
Beth, what's the name of your puppy dog? And we can all send healing energy and prayers to you and puppy. That would be wonderful. So go.
Oh,
I want to see.
oh, hang on.
She's like, oh, you know.
It's
Oh,
something that I
Bodie.
made. I used to make these and sell them.
His
Um,
name is Bodie. Oh, how cute.
so he's made out of wood and a little raffia, and so this is about all I do for fall because I go straight to Halloween.
To me,
Forget
they're
fall.
interchangeable. Yeah. For me, I like fall more as in the colors and the spiritual and getting into the vibe and everything and the cooler temperatures. For me, I like Halloween, but a lot of places just like over the years, just as like how scary or grotesque or how gory, and I'm just like, for me, I like more of the Where's the
Yeah,
cauldrons? Where's the cool
yeah.
little,
I don't do gore anymore like
magical
I
books and
used
stuff?
to.
Yeah.
High school was the gore years, but once I became an adult and learned that some kind of those things really happen, I just don't
Mm-hmm.
watch gore things anymore. But
I know. I'm just
yes,
like,
Janet, I did paint that. Thank you.
oh, you painted that. I thought you bought it like that.
No, I cut out the
Oh.
wood and
You know what?
scanned
Nancy
it
and
and
I haven't done one of our Get Your Craft on in a while. We used to do those on Sunday. We should have you join us and do one for fall so you can
okay.
show your scarecrow. And you can tell us how
Oh, maybe
if you
so.
want.
Maybe
I thought
so.
that'd be
Yeah.
cool.
I need to make some more. I need to bring in some more money because
Yeah.
once Brendan graduated college, his dad cut me off on his child support. So that's a lot, big chunk of change that
Oh
I have to try to,
God.
you know,
You know.
bring in some money. But anyway, it was coming. I was expecting it, so it wasn't. I mean, it's a
Yeah,
blow to the bank account, but
I
I can't
imagine.
blame him.
Yeah. Well, he's of
um,
age now, so he
yeah.
figures,
All right. What did they
But
say?
Irene says, I love camping in autumn, but all the sites were booked long ago. Too many
Oh,
touristy. Oh, yeah, we're tourist town here, too. Yeah.
I haven't camped in years, and when they started becoming a close knit campgrounds, I didn't. When I wanted to go camping, I didn't want anybody around me.
See, I'm
But
not good intense. Mm-mm. I like
but
cabins.
with Bigfoot running around and bears, I'm like, yeah, maybe a campground is a little bit better.
Speaking of Bigfoot, we're in Bigfoot territory, and people around here embrace that. There's so many
Yes.
shirts and bumper stickers and
Yeah.
everything that has, Sasquatch on it. So who knows? Maybe
Yeah.
someday I might take a look up, or you just
Uh-huh.
never know.
We
But
have a
Shan
lot of
saw
that,
one,
believe
so
it or not, in South Carolina too. And I
they're
just
all
watched a
over.
thing on YouTube about sightings nearby. And when you go into Castle Rock or Chimney Rock, there's those Bigfoot silhouettes and shirts and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was in fourth grade when the whole Bigfoot thing came out, and I was living in Florida at the time. And there's a movie, and I cannot find it for the life of me anywhere. What's that say?
Ginger
Don't
fake. Go during the week.
yeah.
Not so many children running around.
Oh, I would. Oh, I couldn't do
Yeah.
that. But there
Too
was
many
this
RVs.
movie, and it was called Sasquatch. And the movies that I see called Sasquatch isn't that movie. And it was
Hmm.
one of those horror movies where Bigfoot, there was like a family of Bigfoot. It wasn't just a Bigfoot.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a scary movie back then. I'm sure now it wouldn't be. I'd probably laugh. Have you done that though? Watch a movie that you thought was so scary when you're little and just like,
And now
how
you're looking at going,
is
what?
it?
Yeah, I wasn't
Um,
really allowed to watch scary movies because I could easily get nightmares. And so, but
oh,
there were times when I would peek,
uh,
and I had to peek because after that 1 second that I saw, I was up for the whole night.
right.
So I
No,
remember a few, I don't know what the movies were, but I still remember the hand crawling up the steps and then, so yeah, yeah, but.
well, my mom always watched them, so I became acclimated to it all.
And Shan loves that movie, Isadora, Harry and the Hendersons.
Harry and the Hendersons, yeah.
Yep. So,
Um,
but Shan actually saw one when he was living in Washington State when he was a boy with his dad on a
mm,
camping trip. So you go camping out here, you just you never
ooh,
know. But yeah, he says, oh, they're real.
oh my
So who knows?
gosh, I can't imagine. Can't
That
imagine.
movie was called The Hand. Really? All I can remember is this hand. They tried burning something in the basement. I remember a door opening up and they saw this hand crawling up. And there was a man and a woman, and they were going to no, it's still coming up. And I remember going back into my room going, no. Yeah. Wasn't it? I have no idea. Oh, but
He
so
did so many of those that they all blended. The Pit and the Pendulum, and then they did the remake. Gosh, even that was like 10 years ago. The House on Haunted Hill.
Oh, the one with Zeta Jones and whatchamacallit. There was a cast and
oh, I know the one you're talking about. That one was the Hill House. Okay. That was a good movie.
It had the Wilson. It had one of the Wilson.
Yeah.
Wilson or something.
No, yeah.
Liam Neeson. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
Catherine Zeta Jones, whatever.
Yeah.
That was a good one. Yeah. But no, the other one
like scary movies. Well, I mean, they got to be good. I mean, if it's gory, I don't like it. Like the movie The Others with Nicole Kidman. Oh,
that had a twist. I did
had a twist
coming. I didn't see that one coming.
That
and I usually I'm that sleuth, and I always know what's coming up or something. But that's because I've seen so many. But
there's a show that's been over for a while. We can watch it now for free. At least the first season. We have to watch the second on YouTube. But it came out of Russia, and it's called Detective Anna. So if you have captions, you can watch it. And it's this girl at the end of, it was like 1894 like time period, and this girl Anna comes from an affluent family. The costumes, everything is just absolutely gorgeous. This is why I knew I had a past life in the Victorian era. I was just like, oh, the coats, the dresses, oh my God, and everything. But she has abilities where she can, see spirits, and, this detective comes to town, and, she starts, helping him solve crimes and things, because she can call on the spirits to say, give me a sign who killed. I mean, it's really cool.
wow.
Even if it's in Russia, Russian, it's a good show. So, and then there's another one called The Dead Zone. I never heard about. It's got Anthony Michael Hall. I guess came out in 2006, and after being in a coma. I never heard of this show, and now we're watching. I'm like, oh, this is good, So I like shows like that, And Shay is with us. Hello, Shay. That is Magic with Moonlight. And Beth says, I love The Others. And Young Frankenstein. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Oh, another scary movie. Was that Nosferatu. I got a glimpse of once.
The new one, or
no? This is going way.
The black and white one,
yeah. Black and white one.
Yeah. That one was, I don't know, it was kind of silly to me in some ways. It's just,
well, when you're like 10 years old and you see someone blood coming on, oh
no. Oh my God. Yeah, I just
vampires,
Yeah. Vampires, that the 30 Days of Night with Josh Hartnett. Well, you might not like that one. I mean, it was a good movie, good story, but it was gory. It was a gory story in Alaska, because they have 30 days of no sun, and the vampires came out.
Oh God! I mean, Shan loves the Lost Boys. I love the soundtrack, but the movie was just too gory for me. I still don't like it. Although Corey Feldman and Corey Haim were fun in the movie, but No. The only vampire movie I could actually handle and not get nightmares from was The Twilight. But to me, it wasn't all about the gore. I actually did like the storyline, and I like the native boy. Oh, Sam! Oh, don't get me started on the native boy. Oh my God.
Well, what about Stoker's Dracula? Was that too much for you?
It was a little bit, but let me tell you, Keanu Reeves made it a little easier.
Okay, I love Keanu Reeves, but when he was in it, and he does not do British accents well. I'm sorry, Keanu, if you ever.
It's been so long, I don't even remember.
I was just like, no.
She's like, no.
Movie. Like, no. Keep to the Matrix.
And let's see, Janet said, I think it's called The Screaming Woman. I think it's on YouTube. She thought
Oh,
they thought she was crazy and hearing things. I never got
yes.
okay, so
Mm.
yeah. I love Interview with the Vampire. My husband and I are headed for New Orleans to go to a memorial birthday for Anne Rice. How do you get into these things? Oh my God. Kristen gets to go to her Van Gogh, with
Oh my
paint.
God.
And she's been to, I mean, Kristen Louise, oh my God, girl,
Mm.
you go to the coolest places ever. Oh my. I did read Queen of the Damned, but it was hard because I was even getting sick. So I could picture the
It
stuff,
was
but
a
I had
good
to
movie. I
with
forgot about
was it?
that
Yeah, I
movie.
never got to see it with Aaliyah. I think that was her last movie
Yep,
before she
it
died. Was
was.
Queen of the Damned. Um, but yeah, I've had nightmares where I've had a vampire go to grab my wrist, and I know I'm going to die, and I'm terrified, and I'm screaming. So I can't do stuff. Heather's impressionable.
Never mind.
She's like, never mind. It's like, oh, suck away, suck away. But you know what? Speaking of vampires, let me ask you something. Let me ask people. There is actually, I don't want to necessarily say, I don't know if they're a cult, but it's a lifestyle. I guess they refer themselves as sanguinists, but Michelle Belanger, who has helped, she's a psychic medium. She's helped do a couple different paranormal shows. You know Michelle
Right.
Belanger, and she actually had did this. I saw something where she was explaining, but she's a part of a group where they actually, you have to sign and make sure everything you're healthy and whatnot. But
Yeah.
she actually shares her blood and other people's blood with each other.
Yes.
To me, that's a little. I don't know. That's definitely not a Heather
It's
thing.
not
But
for
what do you
me
think?
either.
It's
It's
not
not
for
a
you
fae
either.
thing either. I mean, I am the Gothic Fae, but
Hmm.
we don't do that.
So what do the Gothic Fae do?
We just don't do that.
But I'm sitting there kind of watching it, going, I can understand that because I guess they said the most precious sacred gift that
It's
you
life
can share
force.
with another person
Right.
is your.
Yeah.
But
A lot of it, because I watched, this was years ago when they
not for
first
me.
came out with that. And a lot of it was at first just feeding off each other's energy. I mean, literally,
Hmm.
like, say, Reiki, and giving each other the energy. And then there was the other clan that, would, and it wouldn't be like total blood fest. It
Hmm.
would just be a little,
And then you just,
just a not, just not for me.
and people get the actual fangs like I
Yes,
back in the day when I
the
watched Earth
implant.
Adventures,
Yes.
Zach Bagans was all about look at my fangs. There, I guess there's a famous person, Kristen. I think he's in New Orleans. I don't remember his name, but I guess there is like a head vampire in New
Uh,
Orleans, and he crafts like realistic
yeah,
fangs, and
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Hmm. I don't know. That to me, it's a little beyond. I don't know. It's.
To each his own, I
Hmm.
suppose.
And
Um,
Michelle's an amazing psychic. I mean, she does. She's really helped when Paranormal State. Remember
yeah,
Paranormal State?
yeah.
That's how I first heard about her.
I forgot
Was
all
through
about that.
Paranormal
That
State.
guy was, he went off the deep end.
Yes, he did. Unfortunately,
Um,
but look at some of the
Hi,
stuff he got
Pamela.
involved in. Hi, Pam.
Um,
Hi, Pam.
yeah.
We're having an interesting conversation. You never know where it's going to go. Others
Well,
can.
with me, it's always got to go paranormal at some point. And just,
Yeah.
it's the
Because I don't really get
intrigue.
to talk to a lot of people about paranormal stuff. So, I can talk with this chick about pretty much anything,
I
especially
thought
with the
about
paranormal.
doing, well, you know what? I have not had a lot of activity. Um, it picks up, for a little bit, and then I don't see or hear anything, but I've been hearing things. I've been having weird things happen. I had to ask Sun Psychic Jean once before we went on live. I said, "Oh my God, I was laying in bed, I was sleeping, and I got woken up to this. It was like a yelling in my ear, but it was a whisper, but it hurt my ear.
Oh
And
wow.
okay, I'm gonna throw an F bomb. Everybody, cover your virgin ears if you have them. But I woke up going, "What the fuck was that?" And I'm surprised I didn't wake up Brendan or anybody.
Yeah.
And then I'm
Wow.
like, again, I'm just like, "What the fuck was that?" And then I asked my guides, "Do I need to be afraid?" And I'm like, "No, no, okay." But what the fuck was that?
Not
So
what the Fae. It was what was beyond
no,
the Fae at this
we
point.
went full on F bomb. And
Yeah.
so Jean just said that I probably woke up in the middle of a transmission or a
Mm,
download or something. But I'm like,
yeah.
that was an awful loud one. It hurt my ears, even though it was in a whisper, but it was yell.
Yeah.
And I don't even remember what they said, but I can tell it was words. It wasn't,
Hmm.
I don't know, but that was the one of the latest things that's happened.
It doesn't happen too often, but every now and then I'll hear my name or something will be said, and I'm like awake. I'm like, okay, I'm listening, and then there's something else. I'm like, why did you wake me up?
Yeah.
What?
Now
And it gets.
Brendan is starting to hear. He'll come out, Mom, did you say my name? I'm like, no, baby. And I think he's starting to really awaken because he's starting to see shadow figures and
Mm.
hearing things. And but
No,
this house, those of you who don't know my story, I live on what used to be farmland, and it was the Campbells who owned the farmland. And I'm on a corner house, and just about a 5-minute walk is their family cemetery. And
there you go.
I'll another day, another story. But a little girl named Sally followed me home and was my resident, one of my resident spirits here.
At least it wasn't the Sally from the Sally house. She's not nice.
Now, this one, I would hear her giggle. I would hear her playing in my stuff, but I wasn't sure if that was the fairies because they loved playing in my crystals.
Mhm.
Um, and one day while I was doing a ritual, I did a Reiki ritual every morning. And I don't know if this was the morning. I think it was morning. Anyways, um, I had my hands to my side and I was talking to her. And I swear I felt her little hand hold my hand. And it was
Wow.
this wonderful feeling.
That's sweet. I love that. And just backing up really quick,
Yeah,
Kristen
I
said,
saw my name somewhere.
for some people, vampires become a whole identity and a
Mhm.
spirituality. And yes, to each their own.
I think those
Um,
are people who really would used to be the outcasts and they just had to find their own.
mhm. And Beth said, yes, Kristen. And that's so interesting. I love Dracula, the Bram Stoker, and Interview with a Vampire by Rice and all the movies. So they're sharing that. And then let's see. Kristen also said, "Don't know if you missed it, Beth." Oh, she's mentioning that she's going to the birthday party for Anne Rice. And then Beth also, Ginger Faye. I had an entity come to me as I was sleeping. I woke up and they were at the end of my bed. They had a lot of purple energy. I said,
Ooh.
"Go away. I wish I had it." Yeah.
One night I saw a shadow orb coming at me and I had to laugh at myself because my reaction was to throw a sheets at it. And then I laughed. I was just reading that with a hood.
Christina, you've never mentioned before in my chats that you have the ability to see. How interesting. So, a
No, either
hood.
that or it's the play of the lights. But
And
now
hopefully,
I
it
don't know
wasn't
about a
with the.
hooded figure, but I do have. Um, I could share a story real quick if you want me to.
Sure. I love talking
So
paranormal. Oh,
okay, so the man formerly known as my husband left me and my two sons, and he moved back to where we came from the West Coast. And 2 years after, he moved back, and I was very angry because we were a happy family without him here. And then I thought, Ginger, you've had 2 years of no life, no rest, no reprieve, 24/7, and for those of you who don't know, I have two sons. One has autism. And so it was a nonstop working, a grueling, full-time job. So when he came back, I thought, okay, I'll let him have them for a weekend, here and there. So when they left one weekend, I was just feeling nervous. So I went into my bedroom to go to sleep, but there's a little alcove in my bedroom about, I don't know, 3 feet long, like a little 3 feet long hall to my door. And I stood out on the end of at this doorway, and I said, please watch over and protect me tonight as I sleep. And then I shut the door and I lock it. I didn't want any surprise intruders. I locked my door. Anyways, in the night, I hear a male whispering, I'm on the other side of the door. And I said, well, you don't have to stay there. You can come in, because I did not feel threatened.
Oh, you didn't feel threatened. Okay.
No.
I was going to be like,
but this didn't happen right that same night, I don't think. But anyway, so I immediately on the phone with my friend who's clairvoyant, and I said, who was this? What was going on? And so she got back to me. She says, well, apparently you know who that is. And I said, no, I don't. And she goes, well, there was some kind of a ward. I'm like, a what? I Googled it because I wasn't sure.
A ward? Like
a protector. Like a protector.
Oh,
and then
a ward. Okay.
A ward. And it dawned on me, oh my God, I asked to be protected and watched over. And they were just letting me know that they were on the other side of the door where I had asked them to watch, like stand guard for me. But that's one of many fun things that happened.
And Beth, I didn't realize Beth wasn't a mod, so I'm going to share this while I'm finding Beth and adding her as one. I watched ranch hand slowly walking through my bedroom and going through the wall he was tired. Oh my goodness, dressed like a cowboy.
Wow.
Ranch hand carrying a bundle on his back. Wow. The only spirit I've ever seen is my auntie after she passed away from cancer. After that, it was like all I got was tormented by that evil spirit entity in the house. So it was like after that happened, every time any spiritual energy came around, my body just shut down and I got scared. It was just like so.
Is that when we did the paranormal?
Mm-hmm. I can't remember what we got because I was getting the story of, the guy who, got murdered trying to do a robbery that my uncle was supposed to be with, and then so she is so cool. I like her energy. She's got spitfire, so I'm glad I got to meet her through you. That is awesome. Ooh, that's
Cracker Barrel, and they only had one like this. Otherwise, I would have gotten like at least two. But thank you, I love it.
Yep, says I love your cup. So I am going to find you, Beth, really quick. And if people don't mind, I'm going to make some folks some mods. Just because you never know what the fae might come around
right.
the channel,
What trolls might come around.
Nah, she's not a troll. Let's see. Add as mod. And so
Nancy.
Because I've known Beth forever. So
I know she was.
Don't make me a mod. Oh, okay. All right. Let me go back. I'll take you out. I'm sorry.
You don't have to do anything. So you're able to look up people and their channels to see if they're legitimate.
Well, in the words of, I can't remember what his name was. How many times have I watched that movie? But for The Princess Bride, as you wish.
As you wish.
As you wish. So that should have worked. I hit remove as mod. Sorry, Beth. I probably should have asked first, but I thought I've seen you as a mod in others' channels. So,
Jax makes a good
hi,
mom.
Nancy.
If
Oh,
you wouldn't mind
Jax,
her.
are you okay? I should ask first. Sorry.
I call myself Peach Hedgeseth of mods, completely incompetent. Beth.
Inconceivable, exactly.
Inconceivable.
So let me groovy for you. Okay, so feeling groovy. So yeah, Nancy, look who came knocking on my door.
I know.
I think we're all set here. Okay, there were some stories. Someone was also saying someone had a visitor the other night. Isadora said she had one. Do. Oh, we love you too, Nancy. Miss Nancy. Um, let's see. The only ghosts I have seen looked as solid as I am, but I went to walk and catch up with them, but they disappeared into the woods. So weird.
That would
Wow.
be
I'll
weird.
follow them into the woods.
Wow.
So let's see. I am unlimited. I get that. Thank you. And I don't know who let this one in, but I'm being stalked. Okay. I mean, come on now. Hey Gerald, how's it going?
Jared, howdy.
Terrell, howdy. Let's see, that was the great disturbance in the forest. And Beth wanted to know, Nancy, have you been using When Women Had Wings? Isn't it awesome? I was ready to get that deck when I first saw it come out, but there were a few cards that kind of went,
Yeah, that was
and I'm just
me.
like, I'll have to wait maybe, because there's certain cards that are, oh man, they're just like the High Priestess and certain other ones. But it is a beautiful deck. I may very well get it someday.
There's
But
a few cards I just don't. Yeah.
now Ginger got me into getting between her and Allison the Hush Tarot. I haven't pulled that out in a while, but I love my Hush Tarot. So that's something that and the Brian Froud, because Ginger and I have been talking about maybe doing some face shows in the future, because I need to connect with the face, seeing that I'm especially now living in their neck of the woods. I visit their home.
Yeah. Well, if you remember, we did the One Froud show.
We did?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, girl, my life has been topsy turvy for the last 6 months. It's like, really? It's like, ask me what I just ate, for lunch. I'm like,
Oh, I can't. My. Beth, it's true. The Hush is kind of a November.
It is. When
It's
everything starts to wither and everything. And
a little bit of summer, but like the tail end of summer, early autumn.
Mm-hmm. So let's see. Did I miss anything? No, I think we're. Wait a minute. What's this? My pimp hand is strong. So if it's about someone, then I can do it. Your pimp hand? Okay. I am going to ask.
Oh, that's funny.
And there is a Princess Bride board game. Oh, good Lord.
Oh, excuse me. What the fae? It's past my bedtime.
Yeah. It's past her bedtime. Let's see. So
I get up so early all the time.
Is there anything else we want to talk about, or do we want to open up for reads? What you want to do? You're my guest tonight.
We could read.
We can read. So if now, do you want it to be generals or just whatever people put in the chat? But just for people to read, as a reminder, we don't do politics. And I don't know how you still feel about third party. Sometimes if people aren't sure, I always say, well, go ahead and type it in, and then we kind of look at the energy and exactly what we can read on.
But see my fairy I made for Halloween.
Oh my gosh, she's so cool. I was wondering what that was.
It was in my way. I had to move it.
Beth has a question for you. Have you seen The Matchmaker's Tarot by Paulina Fay?
Yes. I just saw it for the first time just this week. Oh my gosh.
Okay, so we have Jax automatically. She wants a general.
All right. I just lost mine.
So I am working with my Magical Botanical and my Fyodor Pavlov deck this week. So that's what I'm going to be
Okay.
reading with, along with my tiles by name of Clarifiers. Oh, Ginger, did you see this?
What?
Shan got this for me a couple weeks ago. She's articulated.
Oh, I got Kyle one. Isn't that
Isn't she
cool?
cool? They have all different sizes. They have eggs. They had some snakes. I was like, I'll pass on the snake.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I just picked up a box that doesn't have the cards in them. Now I'm looking, what the they happened to my cards?
Let's see.
What would it be? What?
Jack says, I'm teaching my 17-year-old how to drive. Oh, boy. Let's see.
You know, when I was teaching Brendan how to drive, I would tell him for a couple months, you watch me and I'll describe my thought process and everything while I'm doing this. And then one day I pulled over, I'm like, your turn. He goes, what?
Alrighty, so Shay.
While you do that, I'm looking for my cards that I
Yes. So let me take this down.
Somebody told me I cards.
Isadora, Investigate Tarot. Yeah, I haven't been, because there's still some controversy with some of my fellow readers about the ethics behind reading on true crime and investigating stuff. Paranormal, I don't really worry about that, but there is some room for debate about reading on investigative tarot. So I miss looking at cases. Jackie and I, were doing them, and Allison would occasionally, join us, or
I'll just use a new deck that I got.
or Hershey. But I don't know. I may want to get back into that.
Yeah, that's something I don't touch. Okay, so
Jax, general.
I'm going to use this quirky deck that I just got. So I haven't even used it yet. So might as well use it tonight. I don't even know what it's called.
She's
Daydream Tarot.
She's busting the deck cherry. Aren't you lucky, Jax? You're the first. Now, if that was TMI, just Ginger say Heather. Or chat, Heather.
Right. Yes. I have not used it. I don't even think I've given myself a reading off of it yet. So let's see. Sometimes when they're brand new, I'm challenging myself. All right. What did she?
Just a general.
Do you love it? Oh, good. Yeah, there was a couple. It was the Hermit card out of this deck that made me say, I have to have it. There's about 8 cards, I think, 7 or 8 cards that I don't care for, but it's a quirky art deck. So I love
And Shay says that she has that.
Yeah, that's what I was reading. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, when I was shuffling that,
yeah, I gotta get. It's been a while. I took a little bit of hiatus, and I've forgotten everybody's names. All right, we're reading for Jax.
Jax, yeah.
Okay. Fall.
If the sound of the tiles is too abrasive,
just sounds like an ice maker going.
Sorry, I should probably mute, huh? Let me mute.
It wasn't that bad. Okay. I mean, my shuffling's probably just as loud with some of these decks.
Let's see, Kristen Louise. Okay. How to get spirituality back. Okay.
I'm malfunctioning.
That's okay. I do it all the time. And would you like me to embiggen you when you're ready? Do you like embiggening?
You have to, or can we
No.
do this? Okay. You see my tired eyes and my wrinkles.
God, girl. At least you got makeup on. I didn't.
But your hair looks marvelous.
Yeah, I just took a shower a little while after being
Love
at
it.
the park. So I'm like,
Oh, that's what it has to do. You have to take a shower to get it to look.
Mm-hmm. After that, it's like.
Mine is migraine sleep on the couch for the afternoon head. Jax likes the sound of that. Mahjong, like Mahjong.
Mahjong tiles.
I love playing Mahjong.
And Kristen says, or whatever comes up. We got you, girl.
Or whatever.
So we got Jax. Alrighty. Are you all set?
Oh, sure.
Go ahead. My guests always go first. I make sure, unless they're not ready, and then I'll go. But
well, it's easier when the guest goes first because of all the modding things you have to do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so loving it for you already. You have the Queen of Wands. But what I love about this Queen of Wands is she's doing like a nighttime ritual. You know, I just see her just, okay. Queen of Wands, you know, they love to host things, let's say tea parties, or in this case, perhaps a moonlit ritual. Jax, I can just see you walking in the field. Don't set it on fire. Just make sure you're holding that wand up high. Let it light your way. And so I almost feel like this. The message here is trusting in the divine to light your way through the darkest challenging times, but even in darkness is beauty. But yeah, she is confident. She's got her eyes closed, so she's really letting that light lead her, letting the energies lead her. So embody the queen energy within. So there's that one. We have the silver birch. This says howl at the moon. Absolutely. So we have another black moon coming up, which is very interesting, along with the eclipse. So lot of energies out there. So I think we should all be, I think we're all going to be deep diving in some shadow work. So, anyways, this card says, find grounding. Root yourself in the beauty of the present. So I think that's a perfect complementary card with this Queen of Wands here. And then I went to what am I using? The Shapeshifters Oracle. I forgot what decks I have over
here. Bye,
here.
Beth. Thank you.
Bye, Beth.
My dear.
All right, you got the Dragonling Garden. A new world is born. So new beginnings coming your way, Jax. And you got the Dragonling, which is a young one, and young at magic, young at connecting with spirit, young at a new adventure. And this little she's a gothic fae. How funny that I would pull a gothic fae.
What the fae?
So she's surrounded by all young things young. So embody that inner child this fall, and be gentle with yourself. I feel like good things are coming your way. You got a squirrel here, which represents two things, you know, being squirrely, but also gathering resources for the winter kind of thing. And then you got a frog here for good luck. So a lot of good energies coming your way. And it has to do with these darker months here.
Nice.
Here's my story for you.
And she's sticking to it.
I'm sticking to it.
And Jax said, Ooh, my other nickname, Queen Slayer.
Love it.
And let's see, now is a better time than any time. And then she was like, woohoo, I was born ready. And Roman is here. Hello,
Roman.
Roman. New haircut, looking good. Nah, I just washed it and didn't pull it back with my time. So didn't do much with it. And she got squirrel and
Well,
frog.
it is a fairly new haircut. I mean, you didn't cut it off.
Yeah, well, they took too much off, but I digress.
But
They
it's
always do.
cute.
Thank you. I'm glad it's finally growing out.
Yeah.
So Jay, Jax.
Sassy.
So I pulled the Willow card for you.
That's
And
pretty.
as a clarifier, I wanted to pull a tile, and I got a queen as well for you. But I got the Queen of Cups. So what I'm going to read what the card is the aspect of the Queen of Cups is um, allowing yourself to be tender with yourself. Allow your divine feminine, your intuition to nurture you. Take time to mother yourself. Um, you are, you're you're sensitive, and I know some people are like, oh, I don't want to be called, but being sensitive is, that means that we're empathic. We can feel for other people sometimes to an extent where it's, sometimes we take on other people's, issues and emotions, but making sure that what you do for others, that you make sure you do that for yourself. And with her closed cup, there's some things that maybe you might be feeling like you need to start holding back a little bit, or maybe keeping from sharing some of your like true deep wisdom, your really strong intuition, thoughts and things, certain spiritual stuff that you might want to keep as you're working through things. With the willow is my favorite tree. I absolutely love willow trees. And like Stevie would say, like the willow, I can bend. So divination, the willow spirit takes shape in the clouds as seen through the branches of the tree as the sensitive scholar. So the willows, they thrive really a lot by water. So you have the Queen of Cups, and then you have the willow. So again, connecting with the sensitivity, the intuition, and the nurturing. And it says here, the clouds is seen through the branches of the trees as the sensitive scholar writes under its shade. Blackbirds fly through the branches as he is accompanied by a leaping frog, a totem of transformation, the dragonfly, breaker of illusions, and the ever present industrious bees. The urn, he's got an urn as well. Oh, look at that. I didn't notice that because I'm still learning these cards.
Oh,
He's got an urn as well.
you got to earn it,
You
Jax.
got
You got to earn it.
I'm not gonna be able to forget that one. Every time I get one of those, I'm gonna be like, you gotta earn it. I'll make sure you get the creative. Um, I can't even think of.
Oh,
Anyway, so the willow tree. Okay, where am I now? The urn signifies. Sorry, you gotta earn it. That's all I'm gonna keep hearing of it. You gotta earn it. The urn
it's
signifies the
late.
awareness of life and death. We both had a long day, everybody, so don't mind us whatsoever. The willow tree is strong when we need to be flexible to our situation by bending, changing, and adapting to the circumstance. It calls us to take steps to ease our pain and suffering and not become adamant in our perspective or feelings. Let it flow and change as the moon does. So, again, talking about the moon, and your two tarot cards I did get is Judgment, Spiritual Awakenings, but it can also be making sure that we're not so hard on ourselves, not we're judging ourselves so much, and not allowing others to do that judging for us. Again, tapping into our own urns, our own chalices, and finding our deepest wisdom and intuition and understanding and knowing of who we are first. And your top card is whatever that shit is, you gotta still let it go. Some things are still being held on to. There's a lot of sadness, a lot of depression. There's cups, on the ground. You may have to let go of things from the recent past, but you still have two beautiful cups right here, Jax. And again, by the water as well. So this is a very emotional, intuitive, sensitive reading. where making sure that you keep in touch with your spiritual aspect, not to allow those judgments to cloud you. Don't allow other people's opinions or judgments to cloud your judgment or to prevent you from spiritually exploring who you are. And that's what I have for you. Tip it, sip it. Love it.
Not the urn, though. Not the urn.
Not We don't want it. Well, unless it's filled with water. If it's got other things in there, yeah, we don't want a tip.
Was that the Pavlov?
Yes, that's the
Okay.
Fyodor Pavlov deck. I absolutely love this. I got this because I saw Allison have it, and I just ended up falling in love with
It's
it.
beautiful, but
It's gorgeous.
I think I got one in the Purgatory. I thought that was also a Pavlov, but it doesn't look like that one. I gotta go check
No,
that.
yeah, I don't know
That's
if he's got
beautiful.
another one, but yeah, I absolutely, and they
I
pair
could be
beautifully together
wrong.
too.
Yeah.
These two decks. So,
What was
um,
the other deck with the urn?
the Magical Botanical.
Oh, okay.
Maxine Miller, yeah,
Yeah.
she's an incredible artist. I just wish the images were bigger because her artwork is magnificent. I mean, so
Hmm.
fine. It's so detailed. It's beautiful. You know what I'm saying? So let me not mix my cards. Let me get everything where it's got to go back to. And all righty. So, what are we supposed to write for a reading?
Just say,
Um,
pick me, pick me.
if you want, just do me. You want a general. If you have something specific that you want to ask, but make sure it's in large caps for Heather's trifocal eyes to be able to see. There is a what? Pocket
Pocket. No,
non-glided edition. I don't
not
know. I
gilded.
love this deck.
Not gilded.
I love my gilding. This thing, okay, Irene got you in there. But I love this deck. It just shuffles beautifully. I love the artwork. There's some cards that kind of make me go, but for the majority, all of them, it's just beautiful. So up next is Shay, and that
Shade.
is, let's see, where did you go, girly? That is because there's so many people with like moonlight and magic in their names. I sometimes get a little confused. Shay, are you still here, my dear? I believe you are. Chat has jumped. So,
That is me.
yep, magic with moonlight. That is Shay.
Hi, Shay. All right.
Yeah, I've met a lot of wonderful chatters and other readers through Selena, Essence of the Moon.
Oh,
So,
okay.
that's how I met Aquarius, who's Carolina. I think I met Gold Monday through Selena, or if it was Cosmic. So a lot of new people I've met recently. So it's nice. And
Oh,
of course,
lovely.
Jax through this one here.
Yeah.
Ooh, I got this card this past week as one of my cards. Very cool. Heather, what are you doing? Where's the rest of my deck? Oh, there you are. Sandy, Mr. Black, how are you, sir? Good to see you. How are you doing? It's got to be late over in England. What's about 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning? So thanks for popping on and saying hi.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh, you got some wonderful cards.
Oh.
Go
You're
ahead.
ready. Go for it, girl.
All right. So my first card for you. Okay. So I feel like coming this with the snows, the winters, the season of purity and cleansing. um, this is Eight of Wands. This is about messages coming to you. But in this particular image, because I do read images, I feel like also during the winter months, you might need to set up some boundaries for yourself so that you can be more open and receptive to receive messages. And I don't know how intuitive you are, but using the winter months as we're all cuddled up in our homes and our little caves, our little blanket caves. So winter might be the time where your connection with spirit is growing stronger, but you have to like carve out some time for yourself. So putting up some boundaries, saying, I need some me time. Say in a bubble bath. Look at that, it's all bubbles. You're getting ready to go in the bubble bath in the winter time. The best time to take a bubble bath.
Yeah.
Um, just do not disturb kind of thing. Oops. Just but yeah, I just with working with the image here, the winter months are going to be um, a month for you to start receiving messages. Yeah, yeah, okay. And then we have Fay Fortune. Find abundance in keeping. Let's try that over again. Find abundance in unexpected places. Keep your eyes open to wonder. So again, fairy energy, is all about that inner child magic. As we adult, we tend to lose the fantasies or the daydreaming, or when we were little, being uh, scolded by an adult for you're always daydreaming. Your head's always in the clouds. Well, that's what opens us up to spirit and getting. What did you want to? Oh, perfect. Yeah, so she's holding the full moon in her hand. There's also a orb, almost like, oh, okay, it's the coins, a shining little coin. So you might find in an unexpected place let's say a kiss of fortune, something fortunate happening to you, something that makes you happy. And it could be around the full moon if we want to use the card as symbols here. But it's about you. Okay, you are surrounded by many orbs in this picture, this fairy is. So you have a lot of spiritual energy around you. And wait a minute. I'm just laughing because it's moonlight with magic. And here she's using the moonlight to cast her magic. So how appropriate. Um, yeah, so winter months is as you go in, sometimes that fortune is a spiritual gift. Connecting with the moon, which I call grandmother moon. Lots of energy. So I feel like your heightened energy is around a full moon, and just let your imagination fly, because I don't know how intuitive you are and how you practice, but um, people have often asked, how do you know when it's spirit speaking with you? It's just my imagination. Well, that's how they use your energy. Is if you're closed up and can't imagine things, you'll never see energies and get intuitive hits and insights. And then going to my little shapeshifters, you've got Wolf Moon. I will watch over you. What?
No, sorry. I just sorry.
What were you gonna say though?
No, look, she got okay. Really quick.
Oh,
She
you
got
as
the moon
well.
card, and there's a
Oh,
wolf
and a
in
wolf. Perfect.
it. I was just like,
Yeah.
sorry, I should have muted myself.
That's okay. No, that's all right. So, okay, wolf energy in itself is about being leader energy and watching over your family and your community. You are the healer, you are the watcher, you are the protector, you are the cunning, intuitive one. But you are also, in return, being watched over. And I don't know about, but you've got here two full moon cards here. And the wolf moon, I forget when the wolf, I'll have to, while Heather's doing her reading, I think we just passed a wolf moon. I can't remember. But anyways, magical moonlight, moonlight magic, period. Watch your lunar cycles and watch how your energy fluctuates and use them to your best advantage. So that's my story for you, Magic. Now I'm gonna go Google when is the wolf
She's gonna
moon.
go Google. So this is just I was like, I'm sorry, Ginger. When I was looking, going, oh look at she's got the moon card. Then when you said wolf moon, I'm looking, going, I did. I was just like, are you kidding me? The similar cards. But I'm going to start first with the magical
January. I'm
botanical.
sorry.
No, go ahead.
January,
January, the cold months. Yep.
the winter month.
There
This
you
okay.
go.
So winter, you said is your thing. So
It's a
lots of good
thing.
energy coming your way. So,
That was a song by Salt and Pepper. Do you no? Yeah, do your thing. Do what you want to do. Yeah. Yep. There we go. Sorry, I always got brain music into it. So Shay, you got the last card in the deck, and it is the Witch's Garden.
that's
And
pretty.
it's actually the backs of the cards, but this one here has the color in it. And I just absolutely, this is the mandrake. The Lord is represented by the mandrake root, and the lady is represented by the datura plant. And they are surrounding this beautiful pentacle. You've got all these flowering. So, what I'm seeing right here is we are going from this summer, tending to your garden. They write a lot about this card, more than we have time for me to read. But it's all about potential and the fulfillment of this potential of seeds that were planted, and them coming together, the manifestation and the reception. So it's basically the twin powers of this life force, bringing things that you have seeded into blooming. So it looks like things are blossoming. But I keep hearing, tend to your garden. Keep, making sure that the seeds that you're making sure that the seeds you have planted, you're still nurturing them, that you are still putting that energy in there to manifest them. It's basically a beautiful card of blessings from the Lord and the lady themselves. And there is an affirmation that comes with this card. And it is, I tend to the seeds of my intention in the garden of my soul. And so from there, moving into the winter months, you have at the top the moon card with the wolf. And so tapping into that intuition. And in these cards, the two that you have, it's very winter like. So here you have the wolf howling at that beautiful moon, exploring, doing shadow work, exploring. Um, I don't know if you are into like, because I love new moon. So for me, with the Black Wolf, even though this is a full moon, it still has that beautiful balance of new moon, full moon. So I'm studying and working with the lunar cycles. But that wolf, I keep being drawn back to that dark wolf, and knowing that. And for me, the message is that the knowledge with wolves, they're very loyal. They are very connected with the lunar cycles. They are very connected to the ground. They are, that pack mentality, that loyalty, that wisdom that they have, that foresight that they have. Tapping into that, coming into the winter months, and not being afraid of allowing this wolf to maybe do. I'm seeing shamanic work with drumming, and maybe doing a trip to the underworld to see what messages Wolf or your other spirits have, um, messages for you. And so that's the top card, the underlying energy, though. And with this moon helping you shine that light, going into that meditation, maybe doing a journey, there's a decision that needs to be made. And with this one here, it's like he's kind of covering his third eye, but it's here, it's maybe the decision of not being afraid of taking that sword down and allowing that third eye to come through, not being afraid of allowing what the moon, your intuition, your guides have to communicate with you, because swords are about communication, they're about our thoughts. So going into winter, tending to your garden, taking everything that you planted, especially this is like soul work, spiritual work that you're developing, and moving forward with that. And your tile is the Ten of Pentacles. So a beautiful coming together, that sense of support, security, health, abundance, even legacy that you are creating and leaving not only for yourself, but for your ancestors that follow after you. So that's what I have. Are you doing okay, Ginger? So I know you
Yeah.
said you had that headache. Okay.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
yeah, I might get up to turn my air conditioner on a little bit more. It's on a timer, and I don't remember if I have it going
Mine
back
too.
to normal at 9 or at 10, because I'm normally not up here this late. But she was talking about datura or moonflowers. I tried to grow moonflower, and I think at the
You gotta be
time I
careful
didn't
with
have
it.
enough shade. Why? I hadn't
Well,
heard.
the Torah is you got to be careful because it could be it's like Hellborn, and it's like Belladonna and stuff. If
Right.
you're not careful, so we don't want
I
you
think
know.
this was just the garden variety,
hmm
pretty like a clematis kind of moonflower. I don't think it was a
So let's
datura.
see. Shay said, "Thank you so
Very
much, the both
well.
of you. You're welcome." Up next, let me cross out here. I have Kristen Louise, and Kristen would like to, if we can get some information on how to get her spirituality back because of taking care of the kittens and stuff. She's had to take down her altars. She's
Oh,
been running ragged, and so it's
oh,
like, how can I? Is there some way that they give me a message on how to, kind of work again, getting her spirituality, back
you know,
into gear?
before I even shuffle, I feel like even though, Kristen, you've taken those altars and everything down, that energy is still
Mm-hmm.
there. So even if you still go near that space. But anyways, let's do some cards.
And we
So,
still have our bodies too, even though we don't have an altar, our body is still our tools. We still have our fingers for directing energy. We can ground, we can go outside. Mother Earth can be our altar as well. So,
our
um,
body is our temple, and mine's in ruins. I'm just saying.
I'm going to be writing all these things down tonight. People become, between you and Jackson, like, oh, that would be fun to write.
I mean, when I said that, I pictured that the Tower card in the Hush Tarot.
Oh, yes.
My body might be in ruins, but it still serves. It still serves. It still protects my young ones.
Yeah. Are you kidding me? I had a feeling this card was going to come back out.
Okay.
Kristen got the same one again, the Witch's Garden.
Oh. All right. Let's tap into Kristen's energy.
Oh, Kristen, how interesting.
Can you read a question? How does she get in touch
She would
back?
like to know how to get her spirituality back, how to tap back into her spirituality now that she doesn't have like the physical, altar, space and, running around, with the kittens and, taking care of them and household and make sure, Kristen, let me know if I've got that right.
It's the gist of it.
Oh my God, I love this. Jack said, "My body is no longer a temple, more a haunted house." It creaks and it
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh my
Oh my
goodness.
gosh.
I
The
love this. I
pipes are
so needed this tonight.
going.
Thank you, Ginger.
What's that?
I said, I so needed this tonight. Thank you,
Oh,
Ginger. And Kristen says yes, between the fatigue and everything, because she suffers with fatigue and, other health things. So it's hard
so
to,
a lot of people, I thought it was just me, fatigue right now. And when I was listening to some astrology business, it's not our fault. It's the planets and the planetary alignments and the
and the
energies.
sun.
All the all of the outer planets are in retrograde right now.
Oh, good Lord.
We're coming into retrograde.
And they keep talking about the sun setting off emissions or something, and I'm just like, oh, it's if it's not one thing, it's another. Right? Oh,
Okay, let's see. All right.
Are you still shuffling? Should I go?
Yeah. Oh, go ahead. I have one more card.
Actually, Chris, I'm going to pull a tile because we got the Witch's Garden again. So let's just see where we direct that because we know what the Witch's Garden is all about. Oh, I love this. So again, you don't have an altar, you don't have a human physical space, but what you do have is the garden. You have the outside, you have nature. For people who are new to, Kristen Louise, and please be sure to subscribe to her channel as well. She used to do these videos where she would talk while filming herself out in the woods. And so, again, Kristen, the woods, the earth, this is your altar. Go out into nature, connect with the elements, air, the earth, the fire, the water. Everything is out there, that's natural. The altars and things can be, material things, things that are paid for and bought. But our true earth is our earth. It's our Mother Earth. Her ground, is her altar. And so again, tapping into being out into nature, um, maybe planting something, or if you're going out, maybe starting to harvest things that you have planted. Find and connect with your spirituality that way. And your clarifiers, when you do that, you have the Four of Wands. It's celebration, it's joy, it's happiness. So the earth is your foundation. It brings you joy, it brings you happiness, it connects you to spirit, it connects you to your ancestors. Your tarot cards are the one on top is the star card. So again, wish upon a star. Go outside, look at the sky, look at the stars, make your wishes. She's going and dipping her toes in the water, going by a stream, sitting outside at night for just a few minutes and holding on to those dreams and goals that you have that you want to accomplish. But just knowing, even maybe even taking a bath. She's got her hair wrapped, so maybe again taking a bath. Make it some alone time for you. Close the door. Say, kittens, you stay out there for a while. Your underlying energy though is the King of Cups, the sensitivity, making sure that everybody's well cared for, that everybody is happy, everybody is being able to express themselves emotionally. You have that, you provide that energy, for others. Make sure that you do that for yourself. Tap into your creativity. He's a creative leader. He's tapped into his emotions. He understands what others need to make them happy. Make sure that you tap into yourself and make sure that you do what makes you happy. Um, and also, I'm looking at some notes over here. Emotional maturity and balance. Finding that balance. Earth, standing on the earth and the water. Finding that balance, and just tapping into that. But yeah, both cards all have water in them. So, you know, going by the water, going out into earth, that's how you connect. Because that way our spirituality never leaves us because she's always there. We just have to go outside our front door or open our window, the air breathes in. So that's what I have for you.
Oh, Kristen, I think I had a similar message for you last time you've asked that question. So it must be so. So out of my quirky deck, I saw this and my words in my head was build it and they will come. So going outside, maybe you can't have your altar inside, but go outside. And I think I've told you this before, to go outside and make your sacred space. And I believe you did. So it might be time to either replenish that sacred space, revisit it. But this is Ace of Wands, so new opportunities coming your way. So I feel like hang in there, baby, because it will happen again. You haven't lost it; it never goes away. But it's about you revisiting it and revisiting the rituals. Funny enough, I was shuffling my shapeshifters card, and I thought, oh, one's flipped, and it wasn't. It was a card from my Sacred Rebels.
Ooh,
And
I
I
like
thought,
that.
how bizarre. And it says heaven sent. So I'm going to just use it because it was in the deck. This is about all your abilities where heaven sent. You still have them in there. It's just kind of like our inner child. Sometimes we forget to nourish that inner child. So nourishing your gifts and your abilities. Usually I only throw 3 cards tonight, but several were in an alignment with each other. So we got fairy light. Follow the glimmer. Trust your heart to guide you on your path. Um, so even taking some time in the nighttime, having a beautiful, I feel like if you don't have already, buy a specific beautiful lantern to have outside where you can actually take a candle to it and put it in the lantern. But yeah, doing nighttime rituals here. And the reason why I'm going to read these two together, because this is bright heart. So both are talking about your heart. God bless. Bright heart light. Bright heart light. Oh, I can't say this. Okay.
Ooh, I like
Open
that card.
connection. Yeah, open connections. Yeah, I went and grabbed another deck since she was asking about her spirituality. It's in your heart. It's always going to be in your heart. Doing some chakra work, chakra realignment to get that feeling. It's still within you, but we need to reignite that feeling. So it's about you making time. And I really feel like it's outdoors. It's the outdoor space. You're not truly meant to have an indoor. I mean, we can, but I feel like it's outdoors that where your sacred space will be. And then the perfect ending is the golden phoenix. Something you thought finished bursts back to life. So remember, we're in a cycle. Wheel happens, and just downtime is when we need to do our studying about our spirituality, going deep within, and not really taking too much action. So you will rise again like the mighty golden phoenix here, Kristen. But I really feel like it's an outdoor connection. So that's where you'll find your light. So yeah, that's
I
my story for you
concur.
tonight, Kristen.
And Nancy even said, I loved Kristen's live where she used to go walking in the woods. I did too. And
Oh,
Kristen also said, yeah, that space kind of became abandoned once the statue that was there decayed.
uh-huh.
Okay. Time to
I mean
create
that
maybe a new
happened.
one. Yeah.
Mhm, mhm,
And she says, thank you both. And you're so welcome, my dear. And
mm.
thank you for taking in those beautiful little babies, giving your heart, to them in your home. She even sent me a picture when Nancy and I were doing our Divine Feminine on Monday. She sent me a picture and she showed her sitting with her laptop and one of her babies sitting there going like this, watching Nancy and I. It was so
Aw,
cute. So, alrighty, Christina is here, and Christina wanted to read a spiritual message.
okay.
She has for a spiritual decks is what she had written. So I'm assuming, Christina, you want a spiritual message, a message from spirit. So alrighty. And I already pulled cards for you. And oh wow. And I have to show you after the show. They have a fairy star spread in here. I didn't know if you were interested in taking a look
Fairy
at it after the
star.
show. Yeah, they
Ooh.
call it the fairy star spread.
Let me grab this other deck here.
She says yes. Okay, spiritual message. So, Christina, you got the yew tree, and it's represented with Hecate on the front. So, I'm just going to show you that right there, right now. You got the yew, and you just take a look at this, and you can see the hound. So, that is very Hecate. And before even taking a look at what they wrote in here, we all know Hecate is the goddess, one of the original goddesses of the witches. She is the protector of the crossroads. She helps people when they're at the crossroads, whether it's people incarnate or even spirits that she helps when they're at the crossroads. So let's find out. So there's with this book, there is a magical meaning, a plant spirit, and a divination. I'm being drawn to the plant one on here. And the U spirit is one of regeneration and strength, connecting us to deep ancient wisdom. U's can split under their own weight, but not get infected in the fractures like other trees, allowing them to live past many other trees. And what I just gained from that is even though we may fracture and break apart, we're still alive, we're still whole, and we continue to grow. So even though we may have breaks, scars or wounds, we're still able to grow. And it says here also allowing them to pass trees. So the tree can regenerate and create new shoots where it is cut, even in its old age, becoming reborn again. They encourage us to shed our burdens, regenerate from our foundations, and tap deep into the ancient wisdom all around us to find our purpose. You helps us see the big picture of not only our personal lifetime, but also in the arc of the ancestors and descendants, which is making me think this spiritual message is coming from your ancestors, those in your family line, and this could even be past lives too. And sometimes even our past lives can be our ancestors are connected to them from this family. So it's that continuing circle of um, that spiritual connection with our ancestors. And it also says here, I'm looking for where it's drawing me to, and it says, you helps us get to the root of our problem on a deeper soul level to heal our foundational cause and move forward. And the affirmation again for the you is I listen to the voices of the past to create the future. And so I love that. And there's actually a poem right after your card. So I'm just going to share that with everybody. By the dark forest of night, we call to the Lady of Torches, to the Lady of Eternal Light, light from death and future from past. May new growth rise from your cold you ash. And so that was the message for that. And again, right now, you are at a point where you are celebrating, you're feeling successful, things that you have overcome. Um, you've overcome things, and now you are celebrating. You are, and they always say, celebrate, enjoy your successes, but know that work will still carry on. And the bottom one card is the Two of Coins. So there's still a little bit of a balancing act that you are doing, balancing security, abundance, things in your life. But according to the other cards, you're doing it very successfully, and just basically keep doing what you're doing, and just making sure that you remember and honor your ancestors that come before you, and you can always call on them, and the yew tree and Hecate if you need to help guide you through some of these crossroads, these moments that you have. So that's what I have for you.
I just want to make a quick comment.
Sure.
Jax is like, tacos fall apart and we still love them. And I said, well, that's how nachos were born. And I thought, instead of life, when life gives you lemon, make lemonade. If life cracks your tacos, make nachos.
There, I'm going to have to watch back and write all of these down. I mean, this is going to be fun to share in future shows. And Christina says, "I love the card. I'm glad you
Oh
do."
man.
Yes. And Ginger, you're speaking my language. So, already. So, let's see what Ginger's got for you.
Tacos is my second language. All right, I have some beautiful cards for you, Christina.
Christina.
Okay, first of all, let me get back into this. Okay. All right. You need to know that there is someone from above who sends little trinkets for you. Um, I know this says the moon card, but I'll read on that in a moment. Right now, I'm reading on the image. This is a deck. It's I call it a tarot oracle. Tarot oracle. It's called the Good Tarot. I didn't buy it for years because of the name. When I got it in my hands, it's my mediumship deck too.
Mm-hmm.
anyways, there's a loved one from above sending you presents, gifts, starlight, stardust, blessings. Just know that if you're going through, whenever you're going through challenges, you have someone sending blessings your way, but also blessings in disguise. Like people in your path are divinely placed there with a purpose. So do know that this moonlight energy is all about. The way I see this card is that inner child in me still looks up at, I call her Grandmother Moon, with childlike wonder and awe. And for me, it's the energy of that, the light, because the moonlight does two things: it illuminates and creates shadow. But with the illumination, things that are hiding in the shadows out of fear come to light because they feel protected. So that message there is for you to feel protected, know that you're protected, and to, it's safe to go out and just let that childlike wonder embody your spirit, because this is what keeps you going. This is what enlightens your day. As I said earlier, once we start adulting, we lose that inner child, and life is not fun anymore. So they want you to have fun. They want you to enjoy the process. And we know that there are challenges here. But again, when you're going through challenges, remember that, I don't know if you can see this, there's a little seahorse here. This little seahorse is like, I may be mighty and I may be small. I'm mighty small. Seahorses represent paternal and maternal energies. So this is a balance for you to, when you're feeling challenged, when you're feeling sorrow, just know that you need to become aware of these emotions, and you have the ability to balance them out. This is all about, also about missing loved ones. And but when you're missing them, remember the pearls of wisdom that may have been passed down to you, and to just to remember them, and then you can pass these pearls of wisdom on to others when they're feeling a little less than. My last card for you is the message that they have for you. Got this beautiful 10 of earth here, and again, here's a wolf, knowing that you are being guided, you are being protected, but you are also being asked to be a guide and a protector for others. But know that abundance is coming your way. If you've, oh, what the Fae, Garnet, how are you? And this is fairy too, fairy energy. Walk through life in beauty and grace. Know that good things are coming your way, and we all go through cycles. But just you, it's important for you to know that you are protected both divinely and here on this earth, that you are being sent people in your path. You're being sent blessings each and every day. And when you, I just got this, when you feel some tinglies happen, like around your, in your hair and neck area, just know that that's your loved ones really close to you, and trying to get your attention. And so there's my spiritual message for you, Christina.
And I love that deck. That is an oracle deck for me as well, because
Yeah,
it's not your
it's
traditional tarot,
beautiful.
so you get multiple, you can do multiple different readings with that deck. The only thing is, I wish she would have chosen a different card for the lovers, because it's like the strength card repeated. I would have liked to have seen a
Right.
different, either a
Yeah,
different strength or a different
yeah,
love. But the cards, the artwork is gorgeous. I mean, it's Jenna Della
yeah,
Ritalia,
of
what I'm saying?
course.
And good night,
Hi,
Kristen.
Kristen.
Thank you for letting us read for you. And Christina says, Thank you both so much for the inspiring reading.
You're
Well,
very
you are
welcome.
welcome. And we are up to our last one, and that's Irene, who is Iron Fire Horse. And you won't believe what card came up again. And y'all, you see me shuffling. The Witch's Garden.
Well, we
The
all need to
Lord and the
tend to our
Lady have
gardens.
something to say. So I think this is a befitting card, because we always say too that a lot of mini readings that we do are messages that we can all take, for different circumstances and things that come into our life. So for me, the Witch's Garden is very collective, for everybody in chat, for Ginger and I, and for anybody who watches on replay. And the Witch's Garden, again, is that card. For me, it feels like now that we're coming near the end of summer, the gardens are doing their final blooming. There's our flowers are blooming. I have neighbors who grow all sorts of roses, and I mean the flowers are just amazing. And he also has grapes growing on his fence because he works at a winery. So I'm seeing grapes starting to get juicy and big, and they've been sharing their bounty with us. So the Witch's Garden, again, is a beautiful reminder of us kind of looking back on this summer, looking at the seeds that we planted, back in spring, and how we have nurtured them, how we have grown them. If certain ones didn't fully grow, that perhaps that was something that wasn't meant to blossom at this time in our life. Um, Especially with the card, talking about our spiritual gardens. We have a new moon coming up, like Ginger mentioned. As another time to, start, planting new seeds, whether it's physically in the ground for any plants or flowers that may grow during this season. And depending where you are, certain temperaments, certain ones may grow better than others, or even, planting seeds of ideas and goals and things that we want to accomplish. And knowing that beautiful balance of blessings from the Lord and the Lady, that, divinity is balanced, it's sacred. We both have our feminine and our masculine elements to ourselves. And I love how they bridge together and they come together again with the pentacle, reminding us that nature, we are nature. Our bodies may be temples, maybe some in ruins, but, we are
Some are haunted
still,
houses.
we still have that beautiful, we still nurture ourselves. We need to take care of our bodies, what we put into it, what we feed it, thought wise as well. So I love how that pentacle represents the coming together of our masculine and feminine sides, and all the elements that we contain within our bodies that's also outside in nature. When I asked for a clarifier for a tile, I got the Six of Pentacles. And the Six of Pentacles is about being able to accept assistance from others. With this Witch's Garden, someone's bounty, we've been getting cucumbers. Thank you. Some of us might be able to offer somebody flowers from our garden. Somebody might be able to exchange, bounty from crops or corn or squash or pumpkins, whatever, we were growing this summer. So it's about sharing, not just, money or finances, but bounty of things that have happened, things that have occurred in our life, sharing our being generous, that Nancy, that reciprocity. Yeah. See, Nancy, no, I can't pronounce it. Reciprocity, giving back to each other. And your top card, Irene, you got the Two of Cups. Beautiful coming of relationships, connections with ourselves, with others, our friends, our family, possibly an intimate at some point, but being able to share and enjoy our relationships with others. And your bottom card it just continues on with the Three of Cups. So moving in this summer, I know you said you've been going through a lot, that you've been sharing in chat, but now with the summer coming, starting to come to an end, and we're sharing our bounty with others, it brings us beautiful relationships and that continuing of celebration, especially, female friends celebrating. This could be the community, groups, family, people in your spiritual community, like here as well. So I just see a lot of beautiful celebrating and sharing and reciprocity of things that, were bountiful for us, this year. And that's what I have for you, my dear. And all yours, Ginger.
Okay, Irene, I'm kind of giggling because I had pulled a card out and I'm like, I want to put that one back, but then something funny happened that made me think of this. Okay, so you got the devil card. But the reason why I didn't put it back, because I thought I don't want to end on the devil card. This particular devil, he's upset. He's upset because his demons got shooed away by your angels, so to speak. He's upset because he couldn't get the best of you. And so I asked for a clarifying card for that, and I got the full card. It's because, and again, I'm going to bring up that inner child. I feel like that inner child keeps those demons away. This is about you taking life and just bringing joy into your life, no matter what happened. And let me know if this is you. It sounds like you. No matter what happens, you still have the ability to make light out of things. You don't let things get you down, and they may get you down for moments in time, pockets of time, but you snap out of it. You know that, oh no, I can't stay in this energy. I'm moving on. I'm going out. I'm having fun. Being in touch, and it makes your demons mad. They're like, she won't play with me. It's because you're out there doing you do you kind of energy. So let me know if that makes sense. Then I've got sprites of joy. Find delightful in the small thing. No, delightful. It's late. Find delight in the small things. Let your heart be filled with wonder. So again, dance like there's nobody watching, and who cares if they are. This weekend, it's a 3-day weekend. Crank that music up loud. Get your mojo going. Get out there. If you're getting out there and be able to garden, if the weather's nice, just say hello to the fairies out there. Plant a new flower just for them. But again, this is nighttime too. It's like it's been a while, but I used to often invite people to do a moonlight picnic. I have never done that, but I've always wanted to. So there's that. My final card for you is the fairy ring. That's funny. We got dancing fairies and now the fairy ring. New skills, advanced training, and then rapid improvements. So the more joy you bring into your life, the more you raise your vibrational energy, you're going to attract good things for yourself. And this is about learning something new, a new skill, or even revisiting a skill that you hadn't done since you were a child, drawing, music, making, I don't know why I just thought of this, making a fairy, out of the little daisies or clovers, fairy crown. Do things that raise your energetic vibration, and it pisses the little demon off. She won't play with me anymore. Because you beat them, you squash them, you're not letting them get you down. And so there's my story.
And she's
I
sticking
will
to
stick
it.
to that one.
And she says, yes, humor gets me through. She goes, I'm immature.
Yeah.
Kind of like,
I refuse to grow up. And those who know me well. There you go. Crank up that 80s music. For sure.
And Nancy said that devil looks like the Roadrunner. And make a fool out of that devil, Irene.
There you go. There you go.
So
need to start your dance workout again. Me too.
I'm gonna be working on a new painting this weekend. So
pot belly. What's
Lots
that?
of music. I think I'm gonna start a new painting this weekend. So
Oh,
cranking the
good.
music, getting that going, and just enjoying. Have fun,
Yeah.
dance around the
Yeah.
studio, dance around your house, do what. Oh, speaking of dancing, we were coming down the road from our supermarket, and someone had a yard sale, and it looks like someone was selling one of those wraparounds that the dancers that would do the belly dancing and the shimmy
Oh
dancing. It was
yeah,
this spell, and all you could see was these sparkles and beads and things on this thing. And I was like, oh, nope, Heather, keep going, keep going. Because I don't do that anymore. But it was just all out there and all
yeah.
sparkly, just
Oh.
waiting for someone to come and buy it and go
Belly
dancing with
dancing
it.
is a great form of exercise. Not that I would know, but I hear it's a great form of
It
exercise.
is. I tried it in Arizona, and let me tell you, she would have us do warm ups, and we didn't do
Woo!
like,
Oh my God, throw
sit
my hip
ups,
out.
but the breathing ones, oh my God, my stomach was hurting before we even started dancing. I'm like, oh my God. But yeah, it does give you a good workout. It really does. And
Mm.
Christina, thank you, my dear. Have a good night, everyone. You too, my dear. I think
Oh,
it's morning time for you.
oh
So
my
have a
goodness,
good day, my dear. And Irene says, good advice for what I'm dealing with now. Thank you, Ginger Faye.
very
And yes,
welcome.
all the shiny,
Ooh,
pretty
shiny,
little
pretty
things
things.
and baubles and Roman's still here. He says the
Oh,
ladies
well,
were
hey,
really
Roman.
cooking tonight. Great readings. Well,
Oh,
thank you, Roman.
thank you. Nice
We
to meet you
appreciate
too.
that. And everybody, Ginger's. Oh no, Ginger didn't get Nancy. Can you put Ginger's
Oh,
link in the description, because this was last minute and I didn't get a chance to redo the thumbnail and put the information. So everybody make sure to go over and
okay.
subscribe to Ginger's
Oh,
channel.
Nancy's,
Her
yes, sir. Okay.
I think Nancy's here.
Oh,
Oh, she
here she
said
goes. Oh,
sure.
okay.
Well,
Thank
thank you.
you.
Or Jack, whoever gets there first.
Yes.
Let's time it.
You
So,
know, it'd be very much appreciated because I'm trying to, I've never really wanted to charge for readings, but I've come into a situation where I need some money coming flowing my way. So I think now I really want. Thank you, Roman. Um, to monetize, but not like all the time, but just to
mhm.
have that ability of when running StreamYard is expensive, and
And it's the free.
they doubled their prices when they sold out, and and I love being on. I love helping people, but I it's like, it's I've got to cut some things somewhere, and I
Mhm.
don't want to cut StreamYard. So
Well, I have the free StreamYard. That's. And then if I
mm,
want to do a little pop ups here and there, I'll just jump on
yeah,
my phone and go through
yeah,
YouTube. You
yeah.
know.
Well, when
So,
I
but
do
yeah.
paranormal investigations and stuff like that, the paid version is really, at my advantage. Um,
Mhm.
it's in so I hope to get back into my paranormal. We were trying to do investigate Denise Fletcher's and Ramon's internet went out for a couple hours, and then her whatever was going on with her connection, it was just not meant to be. So I have a Ginger, stop. What? Oh,
No need to apologize, especially in this world where price determines value for many. So
oh my
yes.
gosh. Thank you.
Yeah, they went from $30 for the basic, unlimited, to like over $45. I'm like, are you
$45.
kidding me?
Hmm. Yeah.
So that's why I got to do the
Yeah.
free. And then they took away my ability to be able to star comments to hide. It's just, yeah,
Right. Right.
not nice,
So,
StreamYard. Not nice.
er, but
And what people don't know is I don't know if I ever did it. I think I did Terra Normal with you, right?
you did that
And
entity in
then you did the para oracle. I did the para oracle when I can't. And Ginger rode with me on a haunted road in my old hometown. Yeah, that's right. Your paranormal was my old house that I
right.
grew up in. So there we
Right.
go. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, those
If
all those
you
are my
guys have
favorites.
never seen one of the Terranormal, they're lots of fun. So on my channel page, I have the library listed, Paranormal Investigations. I've done happy investigations and I've done spooky investigations, and they're all a lot of fun, and I miss doing them. So, I'm just a tired old lady, and it's hard to get them in here.
Well, you're a single mom doing, the best that she can, and that's, that's
Yeah,
all.
thank you. But yeah, so I want to get doing them again. So
Me too. There's some
stay
places like the
tuned.
place where
Stay
Shan
tuned.
grew up. We're only about 20 minutes away from there, and that building is haunted. So I might be wanting to do a pair of oracle, and I might be inviting somebody. I don't know
You
who.
did? Okay, so the one live I popped in, you were talking about me. I must have known, and I popped in, and there
That
was
might have
someone
been when
in
I
chat.
conjured you.
Yeah, there was someone in chat talking about a haunted place, and I think her name started with a K. I could be wrong because I lost my memory. My marbles, I've lost them.
Well, our I want to do the pair of oracles again with John because it's so much fun. But Shan grew up in a house called the Macaulay House. It's a bed and breakfast now. But when he was growing up, he saw, spirit of a girl. They had paranormal activity, and I was hoping
Ooh.
to rent his bedroom, his converted bedroom, for the Halloween season. But for $200 a pop for a night, we just can't do that right.
Ooh.
Maybe this year. So, but maybe next year. But I still want to read on it though. Coming up, as fall comes out. So
I would love to do
definitely.
that. Yeah.
Was it Kaylee?
Kaylee, that sounds familiar. I could have sworn it started with a K. And so uh, she had
So what you
some.
got coming up
Me?
before we? Yeah,
I have no idea.
anything? And Roman also said we are conditioned to believe that the pricier the better. No price equals no value. Well, you know what? Screw that. I can get behind that.
They're too. Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
So if you know anybody who has a haunted place, we'd love to investigate that.
And,
Okay, so next week, because this is this week.
ooh. Jax has a place. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
So next week I'm on with Allie at 5 on Wednesday. Allie's like a speed reader. I had to learn how to read fast.
And that's
then
Heart and Soul Connected for people who don't know who Allie is.
yes,
She is Heart and Soul Connected.
yeah, she does so much. She's on all the time. And then on that Friday, Sun Psychic Jean and I are on at 5:30. And then I have Nancy coming up too. We're going to do a live on the 9th. So I'm filling my calendar once again. I took a little bit of a break, but I'm back. Ish.
All right, she's back, baby. And she's back in black. She's wearing black. Muzzy. Yes, she is. So
Roman says,
okay, I'll be
haunted
back.
my bathroom right now, it says. I can only imagine.
Oh,
Yeah,
Roman.
how Paranormal started was I was on Amber Lavender Moon's channel, and I was doing tarot spreads for her. And so I made up one where you connect with spirits. And during it, she's like, why don't we try to connect with your little girl spirit? I'm like, oh my God, you're reading my mind. I've been wanting to try this. So we investigated the little girl spirit in this house. And so I just segued from there and started Paranormal. So loving the investigations. Chipotle, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I love Chipotle, but
a little spicy for me.
Brendan has the same issues going.
Yeah.
I think it's what he always orders a red meat thing and I don't. So I think it's the steak and the I don't know. But I love Mexican food.
And tomorrow I have known this lady since I think she had her channel just before I did. We met on a show called Nasty Women that was hosted by Lisa, Spirit Intuitive, and
Oh,
Sherry. No, Sharon of Rhubarb, Strawberry Rhubarb Tarot,
oh my God, I haven't
and
heard of
the
her in a
Nasty
long
Women.
time.
Yeah, so we all started our channels after that. Well, Sherry, she used to be Sherry H Voices from the Swamp, but she dropped the H. But Sherry Voices from the Swamp, her and I are going to get together for the first time in over a year, maybe two, on my channel tomorrow, and that's going to be
Wow.
at 3 p.m. my time Pacific, and it will be, I think it's going to be 5 o'clock Central, and so that'll make it 6 p.m. Eastern. So I'm excited to have hang out with Sherry again. And good night, Nancy. Mwah. Thanks
So,
for popping in.
so tomorrow you're on Sherry with Swamp Sherry?
Yep, sure. Yep. So we're not saying Sherry H anymore. It's like I saw you say
That's
Sherry H, Voices from
right.
the Swamp, but she dropped the H. Yep. So her and I'll be on tomorrow, and her and I used to do readings on haunted areas in her place because she's down south, and we've read on
Hmm.
cryptids, the Rougarou, the Myrtle Plantation.
Right.
So I'm going to see if Sherry might want to join me for a couple more of those coming up,
Yeah.
this year. So
Fine.
Swamp Magic Time, you got it. So
Hmm.
I'm just looking at what Jax was saying. Beep
Uh-huh,
bop a boop bop a root par pie.
uh-huh.
Okay. So and then I'll be back on Monday with Nancy for our Sacred Feminine.
There you
So and
go.
St. Augustine is super haunted here. Yes, there's lots of places that we can read on. So anybody has a place they want, maybe I can get Ginger to join me, and we can maybe read on some places if any of you have ideas. So maybe
Hmm.
bounce
Hmm.
back and forth and do the
Yes, yes.
Alrighty, well, thank you everybody for joining Ginger and
Thank
I.
you,
And Ginger,
everyone.
thank you again for hopping on last minute with me. So I
Absolutely.
wouldn't be by myself. So it was a good time. Thank you again. And everybody have a safe and wonderful Labor Day weekend. And we
Absolutely.
will see you in one of the other shows or chats coming up. So
Bye,
bye
everyone.
bye, everybody.